There's been a weird trend that I've noticed with the Democrats that's been going on for the last several months. That's especially ramped up now that Biden has, allegedly, won the presidency. At first, the Democrats were trying to defund the police. And now that they've seen that that doesn't work, because they lost a lot of Congress seats because of that, they're now going the route of trying to decriminalize or just straight up legalize crimes. And that's a very weird thing to me. It's one of those things that I have tried for the longest time to figure out what the end goal here is. And for the life of me, I just can't get it. Now, I don't even have to go into an extreme explanation for this to prove it, because this keeps happening. The whole defund the police thing right after George Floyd, that was just a complete and total shit show. Minneapolis actually did it and then straight up reversed it because of how unpopular it was. And then you have a bunch of other cities, including New York, that are still, to some extent, defunding the police rather than full-on dissolving them. Now you have a bunch of places that are just going the route of decriminalizing crime. The state of Oregon, through basically a Portland vote, has decriminalized the possession of a small amount of every drug that exists. Which, based on how the law works, that means they've just decriminalized it in general, unless you have a large amount on you. It's at that point where you go, you know what they're going to do with it, right? It doesn't matter that using it is still illegal if you've decriminalized them possessing it, unless they're using it straight in front of you, which, let's be honest, they aren't going to be that stupid. I would hope not, anyway. Then you've legalized it in general. The new LA Attorney General has said that he is going to decriminalize a bunch of offenses, including but not limited to trespassing. That's not going to end well. I can almost assure you that. And he's going to bring down a bunch of felony charges to misdemeanors as well, including things like theft. What? Then you have our friend Minneapolis again, who, upon seeing a 500% increase in carjackings, has decided to reduce their police budget by $8 million. Because defunding it worked oh so well, or dissolving it worked oh so well. I guess they're just going the defund route now. So many places are doing this. And it's mind-boggling. And it's not just blue areas that are doing it too. Texas has a state-level representative that is trying to remove castle doctrine from law. And for those of you who are unaware what castle doctrine is, to put it simply, a thief breaks into your house, you can legally shoot him. Now, the reason that she's removing this, she gave in an interview herself. And I'm going to read it verbatim so that it's not taken out of context, or I'm not seen as misrepresenting her case. I'm not saying that stealing is okay. All I'm saying is that it doesn't warrant a death penalty. And to some extent, I can agree with that part. If you had ended the conversation right there, you probably would have had a lot more people on your side. But as a politician, you kept opening your mouth. And stupid came flowing out. The very next line she says, Thieves only carry weapons for self-protection and to provide the householder an incentive to cooperate. I want to repeat that part because that is the part that I read where I actually felt an aneurysm hit me. Thieves only carry weapons for self-protection. You are trying to pass a bill that would make it so that the homeowner could not protect themselves, but you expect a fucking thief to be able to protect themselves. Are you out of your goddamn fucking mind? What the ever-loving hell is wrong with you? She then further elaborates, because I guess she hasn't dug her hole deep enough yet. They just want to get their loot and get away. When the resident tries to resist is when people get hurt. If only one side is armed, fewer people will be killed. Uh-huh. Sure. Yes, because the criminal who is breaking the law is absolutely not going to further break the law by removing witnesses. That makes total sense. She makes it sound like the homeowner is a hindrance in the way of the redistribution of the wealth that is a person's private property. It's completely insane. And again, I don't see what the end game here is for all of this decriminalizing of crime and defunding or dissolving of police. I've had some friends tell me that it's a destabilization tactic, that you destabilize the populace, which makes them easier to control. And I would agree with that if they were doing this in a slow and steady manner. This is something that you would need to do over the course of like a decade or two, yet they're doing it in a time span of months, which is a terrible thing from their perspective. They are doing it so fast that they're going beyond the point of destabilization to the point of the populace openly revolting against them. This is French Revolution levels of destabilization. They are going way too damn fast. They're going so fast that instead of an easy-to-control populace, they're going to get a noose-wielding populace. That's what happens in these situations. History teaches us that. Consistently. So again, I don't understand what the fuck is going on here unless they are completely and totally idiotic and only thinking in the short term, and I'm just describing the Democrats in general, aren't I? I really don't know what to make of this. It's just so mind-boggling how insane this all is, and it keeps happening. I'm hoping that eventually they see that this doesn't work, and this actually makes things a hell of a lot worse for everybody involved, including them, and that's what makes them stop. But welcome to 2020. What the fuck can happen anymore, you know? This is one of those I just gotta watch and see what unfolds, because it is insane, and I actually have no idea what's coming from this. But yeah, if you were ever wondering why it seems like your local city, county, state, district attorney isn't prosecuting these kind of crimes or saying that they're not going to anymore, or why they're trying to pass bills that legalize this or decriminalize that, there you go. This has been Math Machine, puzzled at our government trying to legalize everything to the point where they're throwing us into complete and utter chaos, because this is a new one on me. Peace out.